In the last episode, we found a supplier in China who could make our mats. We hashed out the details like size, thickness, vinyl top, and colors, and we were ready to roll. But now came a question we hadn't even thought about. How in the world do you ship giant foam mats from China to Iowa? Up until this point, shipping for us meant maybe putting something into the back of a truck, or at most, shipping through UPS. We had never dealt with international freight. We didn't even know the right words people used for it. So we did what everybody else does. We started Googling. And that's when we came across something called a freight forwarder. At first, we really didn't know what they did. Were they the people who shipped the product? Did they own the boats? Did they handle all the paperwork? Turns out they're kind of like middlemen who take care of everything from the factory to your doorstep. They don't own the ships, but they know who to book with, how to handle customs, what paperwork needs filled out, basically all the stuff that would have been a nightmare to figure out on our own. So after reaching out to a few, we connected with one out of Canada. From the first call, I think what made it work is that we were honest with him. We said straight up, hey, we've never done this before and we don't know what we're doing. We just have a product we want to get from China to Iowa. Now, being honest can go two ways. Some people see it and take advantage of it. They see your green and start piling on unnecessary fees. But this guy didn't. He actually seemed excited to help. He walked us through terms like FOB, CIF, customs clearance, duties, and it was a whole new language. We realized pretty quick that shipping wasn't just throw it on a boat. There were contracts, insurance, inspections, tariffs, all of it. Speaking of inspections, that's another thing we had no clue about. Our freight forwarder straight up told us, if you're making a product in China, you absolutely need an inspector before it ships. He said it was almost a necessity because once it's on the boat, there's no turning back. If the mats showed up damaged or made wrong, we'd be stuck. And that was solid advice. So we lined up an inspector to check on the mats once production finished. It felt like a safety net, and honestly, it gave us a little more peace of mind. But while we were working on lining up inspections and shipping terms, something else blindsided us. Chinese New Year. Now, if you've never dealt with manufacturing in China, here's what happens. Factories literally shut down for weeks. Not just a couple of days, not a long weekend, weeks. And we had no idea. Communication just stopped. No emails, no communication, nothing. At first we thought we had been ghosted. Like maybe the factory took our deposit and vanished. That sick feeling when you realize you may have just thrown money into the wind, yeah, that was us. We scrambled, reaching out again and again, but nothing. We finally mentioned it to our freight forwarder, and he just laughed and said, oh, don't worry about it. This happens every year. It's the Chinese New Year. So we waited. Not much else we could do. When communication finally came back, it felt like we were back on track. The mats were scheduled for production, the inspector was lined up, and the freight forwarder was handling all the paperwork. It felt like things were finally moving. But the truth was, we were about to hit the biggest challenge yet. Something completely out of our control that could shut us down before we even start. So here we were, mats ready to be produced, inspections set, and shipping plans in place. We thought we were in the clear, but then tariffs hit. And not just any tariffs. We're talking numbers so high that if they apply to us, it will bankrupt the company before it even got started. And that's the story we'll get into next in episode 7.